Hello and welcome back to the Linux Panic YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to be looking at installing Oh My ZSH on, in this case, Debian 11. But first, before we get into the video, I would like to thank my channel members. Now, these guys get early access to videos such as this one. They also get the ability to use a custom badge. So I'd like to thank my channel members, Mislav and Von Garden, for supporting me. And if you would like to join them, it cost you as little as £2.99 a month. Anyway, let's get into setting up Oh My ZSH. Now, to use ZSH, we also need to, to use Oh My ZSH, we need to install ZSH or ZSH if you are a primary user of the simplified English language. So, first thing we need to do is we need to install ZSH. Now, we can check to see if we have a ZSH installed with ZSH version, which, as we can see here, the ZSH is not installed. And we will just make that a bit bigger, and as we know, we don't have ZSH installed. Now we've got two choices. We've got Package Manager or from the source. In this case, we are just going to do Package Manager because easier. So sudo apt install ZSH. I will leave a link to the GitHub article in the description. The password, and what this is going to grab is it's all the required packages, and again it's going to use 18.3 megabytes worth of storage, so nothing at all. I could probably, thinking about it, I could probably use Oh My ZSH and ZSH for my Linux from Scratch operating system. Might just do that. But now that we have a ZSH installed, we can check to see what version. As we can see here, 5.8 Debian Linux GNU. Now, if we do echo shell, it is bin bash and not a ZSH. So now that we've got it installed, we need to get it set up. You can see it's installed, and now we need to do chsh -s $, and then which ZSH. Read it the password. Hope I've fed it the right password. There we go. So if we echo that, it's still coming back as bin bash. No, this will not work if ZSH is not in your authorized list of shells, or if you do not have permission to use chsh. Or what we can do is just do sudo and again check, but it's still showing that. So what we will need to do is use a different procedure. Now what we will need to do is we need to create a bash profile in the home directory. So if we look for it, should be bash rc bash underscore profile, which we don't actually have here. So what we will need to do is we need to do, I'm just going to use nano for this because it's just going to be easier. So nano dot bash profile and export shell equals /bin /zsh execute /bin /zsh -l. So once we've done that, it can just be done. We can update the dot profile. Well, dot profile may work as a general solution when default shell is not bash. It's unclear if dot profile may be called by ZSH as well. It could go redundant, but we could safely do a simple check with. Once we've exported this, we can then do square bracket or square brace -z, and then we're going to do ZSH version square bracket and exec, and then the previous commands. What we will do is just bring that to there. We can also use which to get, so we're not going to do anything other than this. We're just going to do Control C or Control X, enter on that. If we do source /bash profile profile. This is the new Z shell configuration function for new users. ZSH new user install. If you're seeing this message, it's because you have no ZSH startup files. The files ZSH environment, Z profile, ZSHRC, Z login in the directory, the root. This function can help you with settings that should be done. So what we can do is we're just setting up as default for now. Right, so what we can do is once we've done that, we can choose. So in this case, exit creating the file containing just a comment. This will prevent the function from being run again. Continue to the main menu, or populate with configuration recommended by the system admin. And exit, you will need to. So what we will do is we will just do 1. And we've got a choice of how we can configure this. So we'll just abort and start from scratch. You see, I am pressing A here, but it's not anything. No, we'll just go with 0. And what we can see here is not the standard shell. Now, what we will need to do is check to see if we have this running. So, again, so we just want to do echo shell. And it's bin ZSH, which is good. That's what we want. And of course, if we do shell version, as we confirm, it is indeed working. So this is good. You should not edit anything between these lines if you intend to run the ZSH new user install again. However, edit any part of the shell or the file. So the code has been added to /ZSHRC. And what I will do is, because I actually have a ZSHRC provided to me by a friend, what I will do is I will just do a drag and drop of his example. So we want to do nano.ZSHRC. And it's created by new user for that. And we're just going to do a quick paste in. That is a long list. What we'll do is do Control X, Y, enter. And then /source .ZSHRC, and here we have a nice looking new terminal. Now we could have done this a different way. When installing as Oh My ZSH, we could have just cloned it directly. Once we have ZSH installed, the Oh My ZSH is installed by running one of their following commands. So what we will do is we will do sh-c, and then so we'll just copy the command. It'll be easier. Paste it in, hit enter, and here we have Oh My ZSH is now installed. Before you scream, "Oh My ZSH!" look over the ZSH file to select plugins, themes, and additions. Now, what I do like is if you can just, it actually tells you what the file is. Now, not letting me open it. I mean, that's expected. But what we can do is again do nano.ZSHRC, and we can change the themes. The default theme is Robbie Russell, random candidates. So, for example, you could just change them if you wanted to. We could add other themes, but what in this case, we will go with Agnoster as a theme choice. So we will back that down and go with AGNOSTR, because they recognize that as a, hey, look, that's a nice one, but just worth being careful with it. Of course, now that we've done, we will need to source that every single time, which makes sense because we're changing things. Let's do Control C or Control X, Y, enter, and then do source dot or Oh My ZSH. ZSHRC. As we can see here, it is now slightly different, and it's one of the nicer looking ones. Now, there are a few other things that we can install to make this just a little bit better, such as auto suggestions, syntax highlighting, and auto suggestions and syntax highlighting. So let's do that. Now, again, it's just going to be sudo apt. How about I spell apt? Install ZSH auto suggestions and ZSH. Syntax. Again, I will leave this command in the description so you don't have to manually type this out. Syntax highlighting. So we want to do cd // documents. Right. Where are we? Okay, so it's cd downloads. And as we can see here, we now have it installed. We've got choices. We've got various choices we can choose from. We can go for plugins. We've got the ability to add in certain things, change things around if we want to. But for now, this is just a general install and usage. We just do quick neo fetch. Again, as we can see here, we've got all of the usual. It's all working just fine. But this would now change here if I updated this one. It would also change here. As you can see, I haven't opened this tab. This tab has always been open. But it's now picked up on the fact that things have changed. Well, this is the one I used, but I stand corrected. But if we were to just do... So this hasn't yet caught up because this is still running the older instance, which is expected. But now that we've got it installed, again, we can choose various things to do. Now we've got Oh My ZSH installed. If we were to consult documentation, we could go from there and choose plugins. However, that's where we are going to call it for this video. We will tackle what other customizations we can do another time. I'd like to thank you very much for watching. If you're not already subscribed, maybe consider subscribing. Like the button if you hit the like button if you like the video. Dislike if you disliked it. They both work. And if you are going to subscribe, maybe consider ringing the notification bell whilst you're down there. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I have been Nick. You have been amazing. And remember, when you use Linux, don't panic. I hope you have a good day, good evening, good night, good whatever it is. Wherever you are, goodbye.